red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious, Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Know the Ledger 444. This is your host, Brother Red Pill, and this is Sacrilegious Sundays. And the song that you just heard is the F.E.A.R remix featuring the 44 Tops. Let me know how we sounding on the audio. All right. Let me know. Somebody said this song is so fire. Yeah, I did a big one with that. All right. You can find, if you want to know where to find that song, the song is available for purchase on Buy Me a Coffee. Everybody who buys a coffee, you get the song. That is the bonus, along with other things. I definitely suggest going over to Buy Me a Coffee. We have PDFs. Tonight's show, the PDF is going to be available immediately after the show is over on Buy Me a Coffee. That's for my students that are out there that like to get real studious with it. And, you know, some people collect PDFs in their libraries and whatnot. And, you know, this is a Know the Ledger production. So, you know, that's an extra stamp. How many of y'all got to go to work tomorrow? How many people have to show up for work? I know that there's a holiday. They're doing the whole holiday thing for Veterans Day. We even have a Veterans Day sale today for our veterans, okay? Because we pay homage to our veterans as well. You dig? The brothers and sisters who have been on the front lines, and the master teachers are our veterans. And we are currently in what is known as a information war. Okay, there's an information war. It's a war going on outside, and that war is about information. And our brothers and sisters, who we call the master teachers, those are the frontline warriors. Those are the warrior scholars. Those are the frontline soldiers in this information war. And I promise you, this is as bloody, and you know what I'm saying? It's as deadly as a physical war. So shout out to all of my frontliners. Shout out to my warrior scholars. Shout out to my master teachers. We have a sale going on for Veterans Day. We will be able to drop the link. That is a word from the sponsors, the Mart 125. When you put the code veterans with a S, veterans in, you get a 30% discount on everything in the store. Okay, a 30% discount on everything, a store-wide discount, 30% off. It will be ending tomorrow night when Veterans Day is over, but we're lining it up for y'all on Veterans Day starting tonight, leading up to tomorrow. Yeah, and also on the 22nd, we have this coming up. Me and Blue Pill are returning to do a lecture on Zoom for our Patreons and also all ticket holders. This will be Solar Cycle 25, Rise of the Super Sapiens. Now, we're doing a special on this as well. Anybody that purchases a ticket tonight, we have two options. One is a lower tier and there's an upper tier. For the upper tier price, you will receive free merchandise. You get a t-shirt of this right here. This t-shirt is specifically made for this right here. This is the merch that goes with the lecture. All right. Sun Gazers 25, Solar Cycle 25, Sun Gazers. Everyone that purchases a ticket, you have the option of getting this as a part of the bundle, or you could just get a regular ticket. And then on Thursday, in the beautiful state of Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen, November the 14th, which is me and Blue Pillar's born day, we are going to have a Scorpio Bash AI media mixer at the Atrium, and it's going to be entitled The Future of Storytelling. You know what I mean? We're going to show how we could take storytelling to new heights now, utilizing the tools of artificial intelligence. We will be joined by some dignitaries. These are all Scorpions. My good brother Baba G, Rick Mathis, and my good brother Aton Forrest and brother Red Pill. We will be in the building. This is free for all. It is from the hours of 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So if you want to pull up to that, I will be dropping a link for the Eventbrite in there so you can RSVP, or you could just pull up to the Atrium, which is in Stone Mountain on Thursday. Okay. Those were my words. So with that being said, all right, let's do the roll call and see who is in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody that joined us and whatnot. Shout out to everybody that joined us earlier today. We did a show with Chicago crypto block bully. All right, talking about that good crypto run. You feel me? We don't want to leave anybody out when it comes to this quote unquote bull run that's about to take place. We don't want our audience to feel left out. We don't want everybody to feel FOMO, fear of missing out. So we're going to be bringing information relating to cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and all kind of stuff to y'all. All right. San Jose is in the building. Shout out to San Jose. Shout out to Massachusetts. Shout out to Philly in the building. You feel me? Okay, AA is doing something in LA. Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could have pulled up to that. We will be out there. Shout out to the AA Rashid, Scorpio King. Shout out to my good brother Lighthouse, his brother. They share the same birthday, 8 years apart. Shout out to Bay Area in the building. All right. Oakland is in the building. Hollywood is in the building. Florida, all right. Oregon is in the building. B-More is in the building. Harlem, 904 is in the building. Bay Area, West Yorkshire, UK is in the building. Fontana, Columbus, Ohio is in the building. Spartansburg is in the building. Barbados, Norfolk, B-More by way of BK, DC, Denver, Poughkeepsie, Cobb County. We got Boston in the building. We got Philly outside, Durham, Gulf, Mississippi. And I'm talking about Phoenix, Ireland, Cleveland, Detroit, Houston. We got Stanford. Who got to go to work tomorrow? Y'all never said anything. I would. The reason why I'm asking this because I have to gauge how late we're gonna stay up tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because it is kind of, you know, it's late. It's not that late, but you know, I just want to know: are we chilling tonight, or what we doing? What we doing? Okay, somebody's. You gotta go. You gotta go too. Okay, damn. So it's not a federal holiday. Okay, you at work right now. Blessings, blessings. Raleigh, North Carolina. Shit, we got Nicaragua. Okay. We went from Nicaragua to Nicaragua, man. We doing something good outside. You feel me? Bullum, Durham, Bull City, Bull City. It's a federal holiday. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Shout out to all of my late shifters. Shout out to my midnight. Man, I wish I was doing the motherfucking third shift and I had I had a live podcast to listen to get me through a few hours and whatnot of some fire. God damn it. Where were y'all when I was in the goddamn stock room when I was down when I was working in the temp agency? Where was y'all at? You know what I'm talking about? I could have used some of these shows, man. Shit. Matter of fact, I was just listening to I was just listening to Blog Talk Radio, man. Listen, man. I don't know what your dedication is to know the ledge and to tapping into what we've been doing. But for all of my real KTLians who really want to go and do the deep dive, be like, damn, why they be talking about Reddit? Like, what they done? You know what I mean? Like, what's this red pill, blue pill, know the ledge? Like, I really want y'all to learn how far back this thing goes, man. These shows, you see, it says 12 years ago. These shows are golden. You understand? And I stand on it. I promise you that. Oh damn! I thought that I promise you that the consciousness that you get through YouTube these days, it's not the consciousness that we was getting back in the days. It pales in comparison. Even to the early YouTube shit was way more deeper than the deepest video that I could find on the YouTube. YouTube is compromised, bro, and you will not have a point of reference if you didn't have archives like Know the Ledge Radio, or because a lot of shit done got, they scrubbed a lot of these shows. They scrubbed a lot of these shows. You feel me? They've scrubbed the internet of some quality content because they you know why. You know what's up with the censorship. But I shit you not. This show right here alone, Hakeem Bey. If anybody knows where Hakeem Bey is at, please tell him that I'm looking for him. Please let the elder know that Brother Red is asking where he's at and please to contact him. All right. Taj Tariq Bey, the master teacher, he is in need of some assistance as well. If where my mods at, I need somebody to if you can, there should be a GoFundMe for brother Taj Tariq Bey. He's fallen into some bad health. All right. He has some health issues, and the temple reached out and they said that they wanted us to put the word out. So we're putting the word out, and we want our quote unquote our members and whatnot to do their due diligence. If you got love for the master teacher, if you got love for the elder, I don't have to tell you what needs to be done. You know what I'm talking about? I do not have to tell you what needs to be done. And we should not feel no type of way when it comes to giving assistance to somebody who has been giving us assistance for decades upon decades. You know, decades upon decades. So this show right here, man, 12 years ago, he was telling everybody who was listening how to become a Facebook millionaire. How many people know Facebook millionaires? I know about 10 of them. I know Facebook millionaires who literally they became millionaires selling um stuff from CVS, like shit they was doing like the Amazon FBA hustle. You feel me? I know Facebook millionaires who became millionaires off of drop shipping. I know Facebook millionaires who became millionaires off of selling courses and whatnot, bro. And this brother right here, This brother right here was laying it down piece by piece, step by step on how to get right. Yeah, Will 777. You're gonna have to ask Blue about Will. I have not heard from him in a minute. He is a legend. He was laying shit down back then. You got the link, Bruce Lee? Please drop it in the chat so I can share it with the family. If that's the link for Taj that you're talking about, I appreciate you. Yeah, man. We're gonna, matter of fact, what we will do, and I'm letting the cat out of the bag and whatnot, but what we are about to do on our birthday, our born day, the beginning of our new cycle, which is on Thursday, November the 14th, inshallah, if everything works out the way that it's supposed to, we're going to be relaunching our Discord. We're going to be reopening up the Discord. You feel me? The halls of a Amenti. And by opening up the Discord, it's going to give us access to have watch parties, and we'll be able to listen to Blog Talk Radio episodes. We could have our book club. We could even do the balloon pop and date show through Discord. We can't do certain things through YouTube because it's just not interactive enough. It's just not like that. Discord is set up to where it's wow interactive. You could talk to people. They could open up their mic. We could open up our video cameras. We could drop links. Like there's so much that you could do on Discord. You feel me? It's a slight learning curve. When I say a slight learning curve, you could learn how to navigate that in 30 minutes. It's a slight learning curve, not hard at all, but I'm ready to have watch parties. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be a lot of shit that's going down on YouTube. And I will watch the balloon popping show with y'all. I don't care. Don't judge me. Shit. I'll sit back and watch one of them fucking 20v1s if it's worth my time. And we could critique it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do reaction videos on YouTube. You know how niggas sit around and react? I didn't want to do that. That I like watching some of them, but I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? But I would do reaction videos on Discord with the KT aliens, you know what I'm saying? And we could just have fun and clown people and just laugh. Sometimes you gotta laugh, and we could laugh and learn. You know what I'm saying? We could laugh and learn. And yes, I heard about the Gathering of the Masters Discord, and I literally missed out on that, bro. I literally missed out on that. I was so caught up and busy and doing things, I did not make it to the Discord. And yeah, we're gonna make this one worth it though. We're gonna make the KTL Discord super lit. And if you was on the Gathering the Masters one, you could invite people from there over to the KTL. We ain't set tripping. That's family. You know what I mean? Urban X is family. Black Magic 363 is family. It's all family. You feel me? No distinctions. Yeah. So with that being said, let me drop the link for the show that we did earlier. I don't want anybody to miss out on that, because that right there, it was very informative. We brought the good brother Chicago Crypto back to the show. He is alumni. He's been with us since 2017, I believe. He been kicking his thing. He been doing his damn thing, helping people get out of poverty. And that's the next step. We are entering into what they call a bull market. As you can see, Bitcoin is at 80,000, is 80 bands and whatnot. 80 bands and whatnot. So yes, it's money to be made. It's moves to be made, and you're gonna hear a lot of people talking about cryptocurrency. So I don't want nobody to feel what they call FOMO, fear of missing out. We don't want anybody to begin to develop no type of FOMO and whatnot. We don't want anyone to feel like it's too late. I hate it here. I missed out. People are online celebrating, and I'm not a part. No, not at all. That's that. It's too early for shit like that. You know what I mean? Do not cancel yourself out in the beginning of the movie. You're good. Strap in. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that you're missing is a professional or two to tell you how to navigate these choppy waters. But we got you, bro. I shit you not. We got you. I dropped the link. and it didn't let me drop I dropped the link. It's right there. But you could literally just wait till the show is over and just go watch it. You know what I mean? Um, what we did on the show is we were instructing everybody who wanted to be a part of a private Zoom that we're going to be doing on Wednesday to email me at my email. And I'm going to put my email on the screen right now. Shout out to everybody who hit me up on the email. I corresponded, me and my team, we corresponded. So y'all should be good and whatnot. Y'all should be good. Y'all should have got the reply with the Zoom link. All you got to do is go to Zoom and register, and we'll see you on Wednesday. And we're going to show you the receipts, and we're going to talk about what we've been doing in private and whatnot. My G, we up. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm talking about? We up. It wouldn't have made no sense to talk about what we were doing when we were in the goddamn winter, or what they call the bear market, the crypto winter, when everybody was stressed out and everybody was down and out and whatnot. It wouldn't have helped then. Now with the shit booming, now it's time to pop our shit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to speak about the results that we were able to accumulate over the past, maybe it might have been a whole year, but we put a little crew together of people on Discord, and we got busy and whatnot. And like I said, you know, it's we can't talk about a lot of financial stuff on YouTube. So we'll be doing stuff like that behind behind Zoom and whatnot. So, just go ahead and send the email, and we got you. We got you. You know what I mean? We got you. Especially if you're ready to get on some on some plays. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're ready to make some things happen in the crypto world. And it's not just it's just the beginning. Like I said, you get on board, it's just the beginning. I encourage you to keep it pushing, keep on going. You know what I mean? Learn as much as you can learn. Please understand what I'm saying. Learn as much as you can learn, because there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. Like I said, I'm listening to older videos, right? I'm listening to older videos on Blog Talk Radio, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I'm like, damn, I was paying attention. I was taking notes. I was paying attention. I was very attentive and everything, but god damn it, if I know what I knew now back then, man, I would have been more enthusiastic about the things that I was hearing and whatnot. I would have been more proactive on moving on certain things, because nobody can never say that the information wasn't laid out for them. What time on Wednesday? 8 p.m. Eastern. This is the link for Taj Tariq Bey's GoFundMe. All right. This is the link for Baba Taj Tariq Bey's GoFundMe. I will put it also in the description so y'all are aware of it. I might even pin it. Inside of the comments and whatnot. Okay. I might even pin it inside of the comments so everybody is able to get the the access to it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. You know what I mean? Yeah, so those are that's our announcements. People are hitting up the Zoom. If you don't get a reply, that's because we're on the show, right? I'm gonna try my best to get y'all replied to, but we got you. We got you. No worries. You good. You know what I'm saying? We got you. You're good. We'll see you on that Wednesday. All right, let me see. I want to get right into this presentation. What should we put in the description of the email? Just put Zoom. I know it's you. Just put Zoom. Yeah, I get a lot of emails. So yes, please put something in the description of the email. Put Zoom link or put crypto. And I know that's you. You got to have an exit strategy. Don't get caught holding the bag. For sure. For sure. We definitely will have an exit strategy. Some people got booked. Didn't have no exit. I got booked. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got booked. What's the show finna be about? What show exactly are you talking about? I got booked in the crypto winter. Well, let me just share something. Not really though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was able to take a lot of money out of my crypto wallet before the motherfucking winter came and the shit crashed totally and people took a lot of L's. I was able to salvage a good portion of my crypto in this last bear market. You know what I mean? So even though I was kind of like, I was in the winter. Everybody was in the winter. We was on pause. We was like frozen. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no movement. You know what I mean? I was on life support. But I'm back, niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. You know what I mean? And it feels good. The roller coaster, because you can't hold a good man down. You know what I mean? You can hold us down for so long. And we back now. We back. And we don't intend to be down. But like the good brother Bully explains, it is a roller coaster ride. It's a roller coaster ride. You're gonna have ups and downs. You just gotta kind of like roll with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna kill you. You just gotta roll with it. So we good. We good. But I would feel horrible if we did not, keep this conversation going with our network and whatnot about how to feed, because it's about putting food on the table. This ain't no get rich type of scheme type of thing. This is about getting moving up the Maslow's pyramid out of what they call survival mode into the thrival mode. We got to move up Maslow's pyramid. You know what I mean? We got to get out of survival mode. And let me just say something, like, you are going to do more as a collective than you'll be able to do as an individual. You ever try to win a basketball game by yourself against a whole team? It's not that doable. But when you get a good when you get the 5-man squad and whatnot, you could run the motherfucking play easier, right? So it's the same mentality when we talking about attacking this issue that our people have, because we're not unified. So we're not having a lot of gains and whatnot, because the lack mentality is creating this quote unquote this feeling of lack, where people think that they stop printing money once you got a few dollars. And the crabs in the barrel mentality is stopping good people from working with one another and turning $5 into $500. It is not hard, but it's difficult if you're trying to do it alone. It's not difficult when there's a whole team working towards it and whatnot, and y'all pushing y'all own weight and whatnot, and everybody kind of understands what position that they have to play. This thing can happen fast and whatnot. And I'm not too cool to whereas I can't talk about putting food on the table. I'm not too cool. I'm saying? I'm not at that point in life where I just feel like I'm too cool to speak about that on this platform. No, I know that it's rough out there. I just came from Walmart. They booked me, bro. I didn't need, I'm talking about? Like the cost of vegetables and goddamn, not vegetables from Walmart, but the cost of goods and the cost of just water. You know what I mean? The cost of basic goods are out of this fucking world right now. So we owe it to ourselves to, especially in this next 4 years moving forward. Like if we can't find a common denominator to kind of like get together and work together, then what the hell? Like what are we doing? Because them Europeans, they went and formed Voltron on you Negroes, and they working together. They have a new lease on life. You know what I mean? Like the Manosphere, they united like Voltron. You know what I mean? The Manosphere done united like Voltron, to the point where I'm worried about Mike Tyson. I'm worried about Mike Tyson because it's too much strength on Jake Paul's side right now. You know what I'm talking about? He got too much momentum. You know what I'm talking about? The white boys is feeling themselves. You feel me? I'm feeling bad for Mike Tyson. He better, I know he cool with Trump and whatnot, but the white boys is feeling themselves, man. You know what I'm talking about? He might come in there and knock this nigga's head off. That better not happen on my. I'm praying that my timeline don't let that happen, man. I'm not prepared for that. I'm not prepared for that. I ain't finna bet against them. I would not dare bet against them. But man, I mean, god damn it. It's a toss-up at this point. It's a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson is he has a toss-up energy. You feel me? I still haven't fully recovered from the time when he bit the nigga ear off. What was his name? You can keep in mind, right? This is personal. I was working for Mike Tyson back then. Okay? Me and his sister, Jackie Rowe, that was my manager. I was working for Mike Tyson Incorporation in Brooklyn, New York, fam, when he bit that nigga ear off. And everything went downhill from that point on in the business. Evander Holyfield. I was at my ex, she's a Jamaican chick. I was at my ex watching the fight. And Evander Holyfield, no. Who's the Jamaican nigga that put beats on him? Who was the Jamaican nigga that put beats on him? I saw the fight at her house. And she was rooting for the Jamaican nigga. And I'm like, fam, are you serious? Like, I was real cocky with it. Lennox Lewis. I put money on the table and all of that. She was with her new man, and it was a fight party at her house, and she had the audacity to invite me there. And both of them was laughing at me, bro. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was the beginning of my villain arc. You know what I mean? They beat up on Mike, and they was the two Jamaicans was fucking eating oxtails, laughing at me in her house. And I was like, the shit was like a nightmare. I was like, why am I here? I got set up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they must have knew he was gonna lose. This nigga has traumatized me over the years. I had to take the toad, the fucking bufu, the toad to heal myself, bro. Dead ass. You know what I'm saying? The whole house smelling like oxtails and whatnot. She's playing Buju Banton and laughing at me. I'm like, damn, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to go there and dance on her. I was going to stand on her couch and just, you know what I mean? She with her new man and everything. I was going to talk greasy to that nigga, but it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that. I was the oxtail that night. You know what I'm saying? I was the oxtail. They had me curry Mike Tyson, nigga. They served me a dish. Curry Tyson. So, when it comes to me and him, it's personal. You know what I'm saying? It's personal. He had the nerve to come out with some ears. I was in Las Vegas. I was at the dispensary, and they was like, he has a whole section. This nigga was selling gummies that was shaped like ears. I almost fainted, bro. My traumas came right to it just came online immediately. I almost fainted. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga selling fucking gummies, weed. What they call that? Edible ears. Edible fucking ears. Are you serious, homie? Like, is that what we doing? God damn. So yeah, man. It's been a struggle for me, man. You know what I mean? Y'all don't even know half of my pain. But this nigga better not get beat up by this Nordic. I promise you. I don't know what I'm finna do. He better not let the white boy thump him up. You know what I mean? I hope I don't see that on his timeline. You know what I'm saying? We lost Kamala. We don't want to lose Mike. Lewis was British. Yeah, he's a Jamaican British. They's the worst Jamaicans. You don't know that? You ever met a fucking Jamaican British? That's a nigga with two accents. You never met a Jamaican British nigga? That's like an African British nigga is different than just a regular African. You never met these niggas? They're different. He's from Toronto. Whatever the case is, he's a Jamaican. He's a Jafakan. You know that, right? He has a fake ass accent. That nigga, whatever he is, whatever he claims, he beat Mike Tyson's ass, and I was upset. You know what I'm saying? I was upset because that was my guy. You understand? Like I worked for him. That I was like, whenever you saw me in my I was branded with fucking Mike Tyson. Like when you saw me in blue, they saw the Tyson twins. So this nigga's out here biting on niggas, you know what I'm saying? Allah white bar and all of this crazy shit and getting beat up by goddamn Lennox Lewis. It was a hard fucking childhood for us after a while. Yeah, he said you're faking. You know? He said you're faking. But yeah, man, let's get into this business. Okay, so this is part 2. Yeah, I'ma eat your kids and all of this stupid shit. He's licking niggas. I mean, I had to answer to a lot of the tactics that he was doing. I had to answer. We was in the hood. We had to answer for this nigga because niggas was starting to turn and be like, "Yo, what's up with your mans in them?" I'm like, what you talking about? You wouldn't ask him. You wouldn't ask him. Don't ask me, nigga. Like the fuck you when he pull up, why don't you ask him what's up with him? You know what I'm saying? You inquiring minds want to know, nigga. You need to ask him. God damn it. But this is part 2 to part 1 of the harvest season that we did last night. Was it last night? Yes. Saturday Night Live. And there's so much going on. And I promise you, y'all, I am not going to harken on this whole situation, but I will be talking about Donald Trump for 4 years. You just know what's about to happen. Like, let's stop playing. You know, I'm not going to be talking about him every day, but it's fucking Donald Trump. He's going to dominate the headlines in pure Trump fashion like he did the first 4 years of his term and whatnot. We couldn't, if you look back on Black Magic episodes, there's like 20 or 30 of them on Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He's a headline stealer. He is a headline stealer. So you know that you wake up and you know that there's finna be a new headline and he's gonna say some crazy shit. But tonight isn't really about him, nor is tonight going to be about our good sister. No, our what's her name? Kamala Harris. It's not gonna be. We're gonna talk about both of them, of course. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get a little bit deeper into what they call energy harvesting. I want to address that. That's what I want to get to. I want to speak about energy harvesting, right? The acronym FEAR is false expectations appearing real. But when we did it, we called it false elections appearing real. Okay. Harvest season part 2, because people are being harvested. This image that you see on the flyer is a screenshot from the Matrix. And that right there is the pod that Neo and millions of other quote unquote batteries were placed inside of. Okay. That's what that is. Right. So Donald Trump, of course, he's been grabbing a lot of headlines. And, you know, for some reason, this man has he's casted a cloud of uncertainty and fear in the hearts and minds of mostly African Americans. Okay, there are people crying online, boo-hooing. You know, there's rumors of women cutting their hair. There's a boycott on cheeks. You know, there's a drought on the snout. Okay, from what I was hearing, you know, niggas is outside at 7-Eleven stressed out. You know, doubling up on the honey. They out there returning the honey packs to the gas station because they say they can't get none. You know what I'm talking about? There's a drought on the snout because of the fact that, you know, rumor has it that black men voted for him. But we can't tell. We can't tell. Shit. The exit polls, They not telling on us. You know what I'm talking about? The exit polls are saying differently. They said that the men sided with their girlfriends, their mamas, and their grannies, and their coworker. That's what the exit poll said. That at the 24th hour, niggas folded and was like, you know what? I ain't finna be sleeping on the couch. I'm gonna just go ahead and give the vote to Kamala. But it didn't help. You know what I mean? As we know, we're in this new paradigm. We're on this timeline. So we know that it didn't work out. Yeah, they returning the honey packs. They can't use them and whatnot. So people are either in the matrix or they've been unplugged from the matrix. Over the next few years, more people are going to be unplugged from the matrix than plugged into the matrix. That is my prediction. Okay. And the reason why I'm making that prediction is because there's an air of truth, and it's not 100% truth, but it's the road to truth. If you understand what that actually is, sometimes you'll receive half truths, but if you follow those half truths, you could get to the truth, right? So even for anybody that frolics on the right side, with the right wingers and whatnot, anytime you go over there to the right wing, let's just say that you listen to a Joe Rogan, let's just say that you go on Rumble, let's just say that you tap into a Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, whatever is going on the right, 8 times out of 10, they're going to speak about a conspiracy theory. Okay. 8 times out of 10, they're going to bring up some type of conspiracy theory. Now, you know, like FDR, like, what's my dude? JFK Jr. was RFK. So RFK is saying, yo, we want to take the fluorine out of the water because the fluorine is negative and it's not good for your health. There's some people that never even knew that. I don't know why, but you know, just look at the school system that we're dealing with. You know, they're lying to us. They're holding back wild information and whatnot. There's a lot of people that never knew that. So I'm just saying that if you follow certain things that's being thrown out by the Republicans, they'll lead you to a place where you might be able to go down a rabbit hole and unplug from this matrix faster than what the Democrats are doing. Because from the looks of things, it looks like the Democrats or the Democrats, those were the ones that were casting the illusion. That's the Wizard of the Oz. Those are the ones that have been hiding shit. Those are the ones that are doing the blood sacrifices, right? Those are the ones who are tied in with Hollywood and with Bohemian Grove. Not to say that the Republic, they all part of they two wings of a vulture. However, there's a party that's wearing that shit on their sleeves. There's a party that couldn't hide it if they wanted to. At least with the Republicans, they're able to hide certain things behind the facade of being conservative or traditional, even though it's a lie, even though it's a face, it's a mask that they wear. But the liberals, because the left began to move and shift, they shifted away from the traditional democratic values and they shifted into this weird space that Barack Obama opened up a Pandora's box. But prior to him opening up the Pandora's box, the Clintons opened up a Pandora's box. But Barack Obama definitely opened up a Pandora's box. And for people with bad memories, Joe Biden was his vice president. Okay, so these Democrats and these families have been on this quote unquote, they've been running this political regime for a very long time. And a lot of things that they set up, like a dynasty, right, have been feeding this shadow government, what they may call the deep state. I call it the rat line. I call it the rat line. And it's a system. It's a complex. It's an industrial complex. Okay. It's an industrial complex. So this complex has been operating both in private and in public through the entertainment industry, through the music industry, through Hollywood by way of Harvey Weinstein. Now, when it comes to Harvey Weinstein, yes, they talked about him being a predator. Yes, they talk about him being in jail and he got convicted of his crimes. But God damn it, nobody that I know personally, there has not been a true deep dive on Harvey Weinstein from, trusted people in the media who we trust to bring us the real information, not that surface shit. If you could read something in New York Post, my nigga, that's not real information. That's from Associated Press, man. That's a fucking press release. That's not digging deep. That's not investigative reporting. Okay, some shit that you see in the goddamn New York Post or the Daily News, nigga. That's like a rumor almost. It's not even. It's not substantial. It's not substantiable. It's not. You got to go a little bit deeper. And when you go deeper into who Harvey Weinstein was and what he meant to the Democratic Party and what he meant to, yes, it's heresy, right? And what Harvey Weinstein, when I talk about he was one of the most powerful people in all of Hollywood. And then as a result of him being one of the most powerful people in all of Hollywood, he was also the Democrats' biggest donor, but he was their go-to man. He's the big fucking homie. Okay? And they don't talk about him enough. He's such a big homie that he was out there guaranteeing that you could get a motherfucking Grammy Award. No, an Oscar. Pause. You know what I'm saying? He was out there like, yo, he was guaranteeing motherfuckers Oscar awards. That's how much pull he had. Okay. So he's not talked about enough. They kind of like they focus on Jeff Epstein, but they don't even focus on Jeff Epstein to the point where the average person didn't even know the ties with Jeff Epstein and Wexler out of Columbus, Ohio, right? Wexler is the owner of what they call L Brand, right? And Wexler is tied into Abercrombie and Fitch, and the Abercrombie and Fitch case just broke with the CEO who's under Wexler. Wexler is over him. The CEO was accused of doing Jeff Epstein type shit with young boys, young European boys and models. And going back to this Luciferian system that they have, because I posed the question, I said, why didn't they just hire, gay white boys to do their thing? Like, why do I'm sure that there's a whole cottage industry of white boys who get down like that, or black boys that get down like that. But when it comes to these rituals, the more innocent the person, the more innocent the victim, right? The more powerful the spell. The more innocent the victim, the more powerful the spell. So these people are spirit cooking by utilizing quote unquote demonic rituals. You understand? You said what happened to Black Hollywood? That's Clarence Savant. That's Quincy Jones. Okay, there is no Black Hollywood. Okay, there is no Black Hollywood. Please understand there is no Black Hollywood. There's Hollywood gatekeepers, right? And there's a totem. There's a hierarchy in Hollywood that leads all the way up to the top of the Hollywood Hills. Okay, and there's no such thing as Black Hollywood. If you go to Hollywood, you'll see it. You'll see it. There's no Hollywood. There's no black. Them niggas don't got no power out there. Yeah, Babylonian sex magic, right? When we were talking about the Frankists, we were covering the Frankists and whatnot, okay? Blaxploitation movies were made by white men, And that is a level of what? That's the same thing as blackface. That's the same thing as Mantan Moreland, Jeffro Bodine, and all of that. That's the same thing that they were doing, where they were making fun of our people decades before that. There's nothing about blaxploitation movies to fucking hold your head up high. There's one Gordon Parks, right? And what's my dude with Sweetback? What's that? What's homie's name? The OG. They were doing black movies and whatnot, and then they saw the success of what Gordon Parks did, and then they came in with this blaxploitation shit. And no, that's not honorable. That wasn't our people. My dad told me that black people was looking down on that shit. Mario Van Peebles. No, it's his father. It's his father, not Mario, his dad and whatnot, the other peoples. So anything coming through Hollywood has to be approved by the CIA. They actually have offices in Hollywood and whatnot. I'll show you. So you don't, we could pull that article up. That CIA they have an office in Hollywood that has to pass through their quote unquote office. Melvin Van Peebles is the OG who was basically not trying to exploit his people, and he was trying to make black movies to show our people in a more positive light and whatnot. And he got usurped and whatnot. And they started coming out with that bullshit called blaxploitation, and that's literally black people in blackface. That wasn't a flex. That was not a flex. There's a whole film department at the Pentagon, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these agencies and whatnot, these agencies double as talent agencies, and also quote unquote, what they were they were taking these young men and they were exploiting all of them. Okay, they were exploiting all of them. They was flying them out. You niggas was getting flued out and whatnot, but they was taking them right up in the Hollywood Hills and exploiting them. Okay, we have an impression that the people that set Hollywood up are good-hearted people, and they were not. From the gate, it was already corrupted. The same way that Vegas was set up by gangsters and whatnot, that's been corrupted from the core. They showed you that in the movie Casino. It was corrupted from the core. Hollywood was corrupted from the core. There were some weird people who went up in Hollywood and whatnot, and they conspired to affect the minds and the hearts of the unsuspecting American public through way of the moving picture, right? Which is one of the most powerful, effective mediums known to man, is the moving picture. You could do so much with the camera. Okay. Quentin Tarantino's inspiration came from blaxploitation. Go and look at who was Quentin Tarantino's main guy. His name is Harvey Weinstein. Okay, his name is Harvey Weinstein. Quentin Tarantino. Harvey Weinstein was the one who was allowing those type of movies that Quentin Tarantino makes. I think it was Miramax. And Quentin Tarantino's kind of movies, right? That's why he came out with the movie Pulp Fiction. The original Pulp Fiction is Iceberg Slim. It's black movies, right? The original Pulp Fiction, which is not a movie, it's the novels and whatnot. The original Pulp Fiction was Iceberg Slim and Donald Goines. Quentin Tarantino jumped on that shit and made that fucking movie where he has a black man getting bent over, right, and raped. Okay, they got a man getting buck broke. Ving Rhames is getting buck broken in the movie Pulp Fiction, and Ving Rhames is a doppelganger for Kenyatta, right? If anybody was ever locked up and you read Iceberg Slim, and you know who the fuck Kenyatta is, he was a militant, bald-headed, tall black man. That was exactly who Ving Rhames was inside of the movie Pulp Fiction, and they buck broke him. Okay. That's that Quentin Tarantino hates black people. Quentin Tarantino is one of the worst bootlicking pieces of, you know what? We don't rock with him. He's been called out on many occasions, for being a nasty, quote unquote, small hat. Okay. Yeah, he's a racist Mo. The Empire of Their Own. Yeah, I got that book. And it was that book that opened up my eyes to what Hollywood was, how Hollywood was invented, the families behind it. These were Jews from Brooklyn and Boston. They were into fur trading and whatnot. They were into Nickelodeons and what they call vaudevilles. And they lucked up and got into Hollywood. They was on a run from Edison. Thomas Edison was trying to knock them niggas off, right? There was a whole war. They got ran out of New York, and then they went into the orange groves of Florida that they wound up eventually calling Hollywood, okay? They got ran up out of the East Coast by Edison and whatnot, and they set up shop. That is a great book, okay? The 5 families that set up all of Hollywood. It's about 500 pages. I could not put the book down. You know? So it's a great read. You said you burned it in a ritual. Yeah, because that's dope. And you know, after I read that book, I said Hollywood has to burn. Tinseltown must burn down. And lo and behold, Tinseltown literally is burning right now. Like literally, they got houses in Tinseltown burning. Tinseltown is burning. The documentary is not as good as the book, but there is a documentary called Empire of Their Own on YouTube. Yes. And yeah, go and check it out. You feel me? So here we have the pod once again with Neo inside of it. And this is how they harness people's energy, right? This is how they harness. So this shot right here, you see a Neo inside of the pod and whatnot. Just picture you inside of your phone, because you might be like, "Woo, man, I'm glad I'm not in the pod." Well, guess what? If you on social media and you got one of these smartphones and that shit got a hold of you, you're inside of the pod, and they're feeding somebody. Who the fuck is they? Who knows? Who knows? That's the big mystery. Who the fuck is they? You know what I mean? Who's the they and they live? I don't know. But whoever the fuck they is, they're feeding off of your energy. The same way that they're showing you this scene inside of the Matrix and whatnot. The goddamn tower, it went up and down. It had no ending. Okay? Podcasting. Right. Thank you. Everybody's a podcaster. Everybody's a podcaster these days. So many people become podcasters. And remember, the body snatchers, right? Remember body snatchers? What were the people coming out of? Pods. Invasion of the body snatchers, right? Pods. They're turning humans into bots. Literally, you're losing your emotions. You're becoming cold-hearted. You don't even want to talk no more. You don't laugh, you do LOL. A person is standing next to you, you're fucking texting them. You don't even look them in their eyes and whatnot. You're a fucking bot. You're turning into an android talking about, man, I wish they try to put a chip in me. Fam, I hate to break the news to you, but you're literally being turned into a bot, an android in real life. Real talk. You don't even want human interaction. You want to do it through the screen. And you don't think that they are working on your ass? It has to happen over an amount of a time. It don't happen in 1 year. It don't happen in 10 years. It's happening over the course. Okay? It's happening over the course. So The equivalent of this picture right here, right, is somebody throwing away their smartphone and going off grid. That's the equivalent of Neo waking up in the Matrix, pulling all of those plugs out of him and going to Zion, where he's basically eating goddamn slop and whatnot and wearing burlap. That is the equivalent of what you would have to do today to get out of the Matrix. Because in the Matrix, how the fuck did he get into the Matrix? Where did he go to get into the Matrix? What did he go through to get to the Matrix? What did he go through to get to the Matrix? Did he go through a portal? Did he go through a time machine? No, he went through the phone. That's how he got into the Matrix. He went through his phone. The same way that Superman or Clark Kent went through the phone booth and became Superman. No, he didn't. It wasn't the computer. It was the phone. And he jumped through the motherfucking phone. He wasn't jumping through a cell phone, a cellular phone. They were jumping through rotaries and whatnot. But he went through the phone. So people are trapped in their phones, okay? People are trapped in the cells of the cellular right now. They are behind bars in a cell, okay? They're in their fucking phones, trapped. Yes, this is a documentary. When the movie came out in 1999, they did not have the type of technology with the cell phone that they had years later. So people weren't able to tie 1 and 2 together. But the phone is putting you in the Matrix right now. And we can expand on that. But right now, we're talking about energy harvesting. We'll have a whole Matrix episode. I might even reach out to Sophia Stewart and some other people and bring them on board so we can have a deep dive and whatnot. There are Sophia Stewart episodes on Blog Talk Radio in the archives, and you could go and check that out. Yes, the Terminator and the Matrix was supposed to be together. O.J. Simpson was supposed to play Arnold Schwarzenegger's role, and Will Smith was supposed to be Neo. Okay, it's coming from her mouth, right? So be very mindful of what you have carrying around and whatnot. And that shit is taking you into the Matrix. When I go live, right? And I'm on terrestrial planes and whatnot. I'm on a terra firma and I go live and I'm staring into my phone and I'm being broadcasted to households all around the world and whatnot. I'm in the Matrix. I'm no longer inside of Zion. I project myself into the Matrix. You feel me? I could be whoever I want to be. If I said, if I came online and nobody knew my face, I could say, yo, I'm from this place and this is my name and this is my history. Nobody will ever know until they would have to do their due diligence, right? I could be any character that I want to be, that I can think of in my mind through the Matrix. I could do it through my phone. You got people on the phone just telling you any fucking thing these days. You got people literally taking the shit that people say for facts because they said it on your phone and you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. You can't even discern anymore. You don't even know you can read in the body language, they look like they lying like a motherfucker, but because they on their phone, you like, man, maybe half of that shit is true. So there goes the battery that Neo was showing you in the Matrix, and the people are the batteries. Okay, the battery is the people, and the people are the batteries. And you're charging up this goddamn Matrix, and it's feeding off of your energy, and it has its talons, and it has its quote unquote tentacles attached to you, and it's pulling on you. Henceforth, why so many goddamn people crashed out last Tuesday and whatnot. I mean, the crash out was insane. So many people jumped out of the fucking window and exposed themselves and whatnot and was crashing out because this woman didn't win the goddamn selection. Okay. So let's read about the media and how they harvest people's energy. So we don't live in no type of speculation. We know the facts about what's taking place. Media can harvest people's energy in several ways by tapping into their attention, emotions, and even social dynamics. Here's a breakdown of how it typically happens. Attention economy. Media outlets compete to capture and retain people's attention, knowing that the attention is both limited and valuable. Every click, view, or engagement fuels advertising revenue and builds influence. Platforms use algorithms to promote content that keeps viewers engaged, often by triggering strong emotional responses. Strong emotional responses. Emotional manipulation. Certain types of content, especially sensational, controversial, or polarizing stories, are more likely to get people emotionally invested, whether it's fear, outrage, or excitement. These strong feelings create mental and emotional hooks that can make viewers or readers keep coming back, right? So, over the course of the Matrix comes out in 1999. In 2001, Wikipedia launches. In 2002, camera phones are introduced in North America. Camera phones were introduced to Africa prior to that, right? They were more hip to mobile than we were. I remember doing research on Africa and reading up on them, and I was like, damn, what's this mobile shit that they keep talking about with Africa? Like, what's to it? And then I seen the camera phone and I understood fully what was taking place. 2003, LinkedIn. 2004, Facebook. 2005, video is uploaded. The first video was uploaded to YouTube in 2005. In 2007, Netflix starts streaming on demand. In 2008, Spotify launches. In 2016, Pokemon Go debuts. In 2015, the Apple Smart Watch is released. Facebook buys WhatsApp for $10 billion in 2014. Google Glass is limited availability in 2013. In 2012, e-commerce sales top 4 trillion worldwide. In 2011, Snapchat launches. In 2010, Instagram launches. And in 2009, remember that shit, Angry Birds? So over the course, the world has gotten noisier, right? Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. It's a lot of fucking noise. You don't have time to think. You don't have time to spend quality time. You don't have time to gather your thoughts. You don't have time to even know if you have an original thought. How could you have an original thought if you're in front of the damn screen 14 hours out of the day? How is that possible? You're being manipulated and you might not even realize it. How do you have an original thought? How, Sway? Prior to that, your mind was much clearer. You were not manipulated. You didn't have these dopamine addictions and whatnot. You feel me? You wasn't getting flushed. Your brain wasn't getting flushed with dopamines every 5 minutes because Shorty got a sundress on and she's, at the laundromat on Twitter. Yeah, it wasn't happening like that. The Attention Economy and How Media Works. This is a great book if you want to understand how the media works and what the attention economy is. And we spoke about the attention economy. We did lectures on it. We did mad deep dives on the attention economy over the years, right? To prepare people and to help people understand what the hell is going on so they don't get lost, right? What happens online in 60 seconds, right? 2012 to 2014. There's a lot going on in 60 seconds. Okay. 120 hours of video uploaded on YouTube. 50 billion messages, you know what I'm saying? 1.4 million voicemails, 41,000 photos uploaded, but 4 million searches. You feel me? And throughout the years, as you can see from 2012 to 2014, so in 2012 is 600,000 searches, but by time 2014 it's 4 million searches. On Facebook, people were posting 79,000 in 60 seconds. By 2014, 3.3 million posts in 60 seconds, right? So everything has been exasperated, it's speeding up, it's going crazy and whatnot. You feel me? It's going crazy. It's more people have phones, more people are creating content, more people are online and what more people are plugged in into the matrix. More people are plugged in into the matrix. So even on Instagram, I remember having an Instagram account in the beginning, and my timeline, it was like slow motion. It was like, I would see a picture up there that somebody uploaded, and an hour later, I would still see that same picture type shit. It's never happening like that again, right? So it started in 2012. You had next to 3,500 photos being uploaded every 60 seconds. And by 2014, you have 41,000 photos being uploaded every 60 seconds. We're in 2024, is millions of photos being uploaded every 60 seconds. Millions upon millions, right? A lot of noise, y'all. A lot of noise, y'all. And if this noise is not good noise, then it will be a big disruptor in just your nervous system. Fuck around. Let's not even talk about your magnetic field and whatnot. Your nervous system gets thrown off. You know what I mean? Your nerve, you start twitching and shit. You start glitching. Identity and group dynamics. Many media outlets play on a human need for identity, right? This whole thing was about identity politics that we just saw in this election season. Heavy on the identity, heavy on the identity politics, y'all. Many media outlets play on a human need for identity and belonging by fostering communities around certain viewpoints, causes, or beliefs. By aligning with a particular group, people invest their personal energy in defending and promoting the group's narratives. It creates an environment where engagement isn't just about the content, it becomes about defeating personal and social identities. Now, I saw that take place in the conscious community when the debate started going crazy and whatnot. And it turned into, and it just so happened that this all began to happen while Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube were blowing up, right? Social media was on the rise, and black men standing outside arguing with each other to the point where they would threaten each other to the point where they were ready to kill each other. That was also going viral every other day. That was also taking off. And people were making it their business. I'm going to destroy this person's identity. If this person is Christian and their identity is as a Christian and they stand with this, I'm going to tear it down. I'm going to destroy their identity. We're going to leave them with no identity. We're going to shatter their reality. That's what was taking place. Who could shatter the next person's reality in a way where, because if let's say that at a debate, let's say that one person is debating another person. This one person is a Hebrew Israelite, and the other person is heavy on Kemet, right? So when this person from Kemet is able to throw a rock at the Hebrew Israelites' identity, it's like throwing a rock in the pond. He just didn't hit that one Hebrew Israelite. He's hitting every fucking Hebrew Israelite in the world. Right? He's throwing that rock in the pond and it's reverberating and it's hitting all of them at the same time. So they was like, I'm destroying your whole organization. I'm pulling down the pillars of your school of thought. I'm destroying it. I'm burning it. Scorched earth. Scorched earth. I'm like, damn. And I witnessed all of that. Um, but I'm gonna say this, and this is an unpopular opinion. We need to bring the debates back. Not the way that they initially were, because they need to be everything comes back and it's perfected and whatnot. They need to have it needs to have more perfection to it. It needs to have regulations. It does not need to be in the hands of the peoples whose hands it was in when it was popping. It should be in the hands of some newer people, but bring that shit back, because the way that these niggas get on the internet and just say anything, and the way that these motherfuckers is just they with a straight face, they'll be on somebody's platform and be saying the most craziest shit. They don't even believe it, but they face believes it. They got the poker face and whatnot. No, we need to bring the debates back. Fuck that. I need to know. You need some receipts, sir. Sir, you need some receipts. And the best way to get the truth out of these people is by debating them. It's too unregulated at this point. You know what I'm saying? We need some type of penalty system, my nigga. If you lying more than 3 times, you gotta fucking, you know what I mean, on some Malcolm X shit. You gotta be quiet for 6 months. Type shit, nigga. If you lying, if you got cap, if you out here capping more than 3 times, you get 3 strikes, nigga. And you gonna get muzzled and whatnot. Your ass gotta deactivate your account for 6 months and get your shit together. Go heal, nigga. Go heal. Cause people are just saying anything. Just anything. It's crazy. But let us continue. Number 4, distraction from inner awareness. Constant media consumption can keep people focused on what? External issues and emotions rather than their own growth or introspection. This energy goes outward rather than towards self discovery or inner development. The media directs people's thoughts, potentially reducing their agency and limiting their self awareness. Now, I would say this, and I'm another very unpopular opinion and whatnot. But when we did not have these phones, right? When the phones were relatively not that smart, and like I had a flip phone when I first started out in Harlem and whatnot. I had a fucking Motorola flip phone. Then I had a BlackBerry before that with no internet access. It was just a BlackBerry with a scroll and whatnot. Then I had the Motorola Razor and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Then my son's mother, she gave me her iPhone. It was like an iPhone 5. And it was over after that. You know what I mean? That started the descent, because that was a crazy distraction for me. Okay, that was a crazy distraction for me. We were more focused in Harlem on our scholarship when we did not have all of this distraction. Even before YouTube came, when niggas started seeing themselves on camera and ego was formed, it was the beginning of the end. When we was on Blog Talk Radio and you could not see us and you could just hear us, it was more scholastic. That's why I'm in the archives right now going dumb and whatnot. I'm like, niggas was sharp, bro. It was some sharp ass fucking information being dropped. But all of that posturing and, you know what I'm saying? The debates and the camera and YouTube was a recipe for disaster, because Negroes got to see themselves doing their fucking big thing on the screen. And everybody was not mentally prepared to handle that type of that type of attention. It drove some people mad. I seen some motherfuckers turn from Jekyll and Hyde when the camera came on. I'm talking about these niggas was like, I'm talking about these niggas was like meek. They was so humble. They you know what I mean? I mean like monk like. These were like monks. And the minute the camera came on, I'm talking, they turned into DMX. It ain't make no sense. You know what I'm talking? Straight DMX. You know what I mean? Like the character came alive. And in hindsight, I'm not mad at that because I've always said that the internet is character driven. It's about characters. That's why some of the people that took off in the conscious community, they are characters. You know what I mean? They have characters and whatnot. You don't know if they're in character. You don't know because you never seen them out of character. But you know, the ones who decided to be characters, they had more longevity than the ones that decided to be their true selves and just be kind of boring and whatnot. They didn't have that type of appeal on camera. It's different than being on the radio, and it's different than being a lecturer where you step on stage and you talk to people. Those are three different things. You being a teacher, being able to speak to people in a lecture hall, and then you just being, mad witty and whatnot on radio or on you know what I mean, and then standing in front of a camera and being able to talk your talk and whatnot and do what you, and especially you had to give it up to certain people under pressure. You getting bombed on and whatnot by another dude. You were under a lot of pressure. It's literally a war taking place. It's a verbal war. It's an intellectual war. These are the debates I'm talking about. Like when we had the outside debates, you getting bombed on, you getting your whole world destroyed and whatnot. And you got to keep a straight face and then rebut that. That's like the battle rappers. That's honorable to me. I respect that. That you have to be completely in your character bag to pull shit off like that. But yeah, man, it was a recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? In certain ways. You know what I mean? It took a lot of us off of our deen, where we wasn't really doing the inner work. We was focusing on the outer work. We was focusing on the outer work. How do we look? How did the people see us? Type shit. You know what I mean? Let's not, you know what I mean? And then let's talk about the way that social media casts a spell over the women and whatnot, in terms of women seeing themselves and whatnot. Because prior to that, y'all was only looking at yourselves in the mirror. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all was only checking yourselves out in the mirror. Or that little, you used to have the little mirror in your wallet. You do your lipstick and whatnot. But now, you all over the TV. You all over the Instagram. You all on Snapchat. You got filters. You got, you know what I mean? It was different. It was different. Number 5, addiction and habit formation. Media could be designed to trigger dopamine responses, right? Through likes and shares, comments, or the infinite scroll on social media. This creates a feedback loop that encourages addictive behavior, keeping people hooked and energetically invested in continuously consuming content, right? Just eating it, content. So here's cheap dopamine. You got the cheap dopamine, Netflix and chill, some junk food, you gambling, social media, the drugs, the alcohol. That's cheap dopamine. You know what I mean? That's not real heavy dopamine. Real dopamine, sun and outdoors, working on your goals, exercising, good sleep, rest, new experiences, right? That's the real dopamine release. But sometimes we're going for this junk food, this quote unquote processed food dopamine release. You know what I mean? That we're getting this instant gratification dopamine type of stimuli. We're addicted to stimuli now. We need stimulation. If we're not being stimulated, then we don't want it. That's why the dating scene is so fucked up. That's why they keep popping them balloons and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Dopamine. Okay, dopamine. Here's your brains on dopamine. Here's your brains on social media and whatnot. Okay, so this information, this stuff that's in front of you that you're looking at on your phone, right? That's been prepared by Stanford, Harvard, MIT graduates. These people are high scientists. They didn't just throw together social media haphazardly. There's thousands of white papers on this shit, bro. This is an experiment. Okay, this is an experiment. The internet was originally a military weapon. It was used by the military. It's an experiment. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg studied neurology. So they're fucking with the brain. Okay, they're fucking with the brain, and they're designing apps around that. They're designing front facing apps and whatnot around that. But on the back end, all of this shit is about brain and mind control. Okay, mind control, right? There goes the dopamine sensors and whatnot, and they got your brain going. They got your brain. They got you by the brain, my nigga. How about that? They got niggas by the brain. Okay. In essence, the media harvests energy by capturing attention, intensifying emotions, aligning with social identities, creating addictive cycles, and fostering dependency on external narratives, often leaving individuals drained or disconnected from their own awareness. Let me translate this in terms of this election. In essence, the media harvests energy by capturing attention. Donald Trump getting shot. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, what's going on? We got to pay attention. We can't take our attention off of this." Then they had the debate with old funky ass whole Biden and whatnot, broke down and shit, and needed to he just exposed himself and was a wreck and whatnot. Even if that was orchestrated, it was used to get your attention, to get you into the goddamn race. They wanted you in the race. And these politicians, they're willing to make fools of themselves. They're willing to participate in the theater of politics because they have to encapsulate not just your attention in America, they had the whole world's attention. Do you know that they broke records in media this year? Do you know that this was the most expensive campaign ever in history? But do you know that the media outlets made the most money ever? Ever. It eclipsed that Obama shit, that Obama run. That's nothing compared to the amount of money that they made. So, intensifying emotions. Then they select Kamala. They didn't elect her. They selected her. She got selected. She didn't get the democratic process of being elected. She didn't get chosen. You know what I mean? The way that other people got chosen. So now they got a lady in a race. Oh, 44,000 women on Zoom is getting behind her. Oh, so that intensified the emotions, aligning with social identities. She's a woman. She's Indian. She went to Howard. She's an AKA. Oh, she makes collard greens in a bathtub. That's my girl. Trump is suing CBS for $1 billion, $10 billion. Yes. So if he's suing them for $10 billion, imagine how much money them niggas was really getting and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Aligning with social identities. She's a woman. She's one of us. Creating addictive cycles. Fostering dependency on external narratives. So instead of us focusing on our internal narratives, now fostering dependency on external narratives. So everybody's focusing on what the Democrats are doing. It's in their ball. The ball is in their court. What are they gonna do? Since when the fuck did you care about what they're doing? What the fuck are you doing? God damn it. What the fuck? How are you worrying about what the Democrats are doing? And your ass wasn't even thinking about them a week ago. Now you a Democrat and you weren't, and that's my party and they carrying us to the victory. If you don't sit your ass down, come on now. Often leaving individuals drained or disconnected from their own awareness. So what was the common denominator after election day? People was like, "Woo, I'm glad that shit is over. I was drained. Woo, I'm glad that shit was over. That bitch was sending me too many text messages. It was becoming too much. I wanted to enjoy watching YouTube without a Kamala commercial. Woo. I'm glad that that's over. I'm tired of sleeping on the couch. Wifey had me in the couch because I had a MAGA hat on. You know, that's how people were saying, right? People were drained. Women was crying. Hair got cut. Wigs got burned and whatnot. People got drained because they were the batteries. Those people used you. Them Democrats used, they spirit cooked you. Once again, they're going to do it again until you unplug like Neo from the Matrix. They're going to keep draining you. They're going to keep playing you. They're going to keep distracting you. They're going to keep having you throw all of your energy and your goddamn looch behind strangers, people that you don't even know, and you got family members, friends, and colleagues that your ass do not support. You don't put nothing behind them. You're not slap shit crazy about them, but you are for some goddamn stranger that wouldn't even wink at you if they seen you in a motherfucking dark alley by yourself. They wouldn't even do that. They wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire. So people are disconnected from their own awareness. They're like, oh my goodness, she didn't make it into the White House. What are we gonna do? Who the fuck are we? I don't talk French. Nigga, my awareness is intact. I didn't put my eggs in that basket. That nothing about the election has anything to do with my future. It just depends on what paradigm I'm going to exist in as I move forward. But it's all good because I can function in any paradigm. I do not look at these people as my leaders. I don't look at them as my salvation. That none of them are going to save me. I don't need them. So for the people who was banking on Kamala Harris carrying them across the finish line, you feel me? Yeah, that part. You got your bubbles burst and your balloon popped and whatnot. And damn, it is what it is. Man, I wanted these. This is a PD. Let me see something real quick because I really wanted to show this. And this is a PDF, but I had this as an MP4. But the damn thing was giving me a, it wasn't. Hold on, let me see how we could finagle this. There's ways to finagle it. Let me see, because I want you to see how energy is used, and we're going to use it through the cartoon. We're going to play the cartoon and show everybody how this is done and whatnot, because Disney, Disney, they do their thing when it comes to matter of fact, let me do this. Let me turn this into a movie. Give me 1 minute. I'm literally doing some crazy ish in real time. I'm gonna turn this into a movie, and then we'll watch it. And like I said, I have this PDF and the movie available for everybody who buys me a coffee and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So you could go ahead and study this on your own, or you could share with somebody who needs to get this type of information, because I promise you, if we had this type of game leading into this quote unquote shit show or this theater of politics, we could have saved some emotions and whatnot. We would have had more clarity. But guess what? It don't matter because it's not going anywhere, especially in Trump's America. The Trump administration is going to be all about energy harvesting, distractions. You're going to be the battery in the matrix even more than you was during this Kamala run. Make no mistake about it. He runs his presidency through media. You saw that the first 4 years. He ran his presidency through Twitter and through media, through social media, and through the media, through the podcast. It's going to be saturated. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so naive as to think that it will not be, because he already showed you what it is versus what it's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making it up. And I don't want to put you in no type of, please don't get fearful, because it's, you'll be missing the point if you start getting all moist on me. You know what I mean? Because it's not about that. Here we go. So here goes the part with the battery that I didn't show, that I wanted to show, but here we go.
The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields now, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown. For the longest time, I wouldn't believe it. And then I saw the fields with my own eyes. Watched them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living. And standing there, facing the pure, horrifying precision, I came to realize the obviousness of the truth. What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
No. I don't believe it.
I don't
It's
either.
impossible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo. I just said it would be the truth.
Stop.
The information provided in or through this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and solely as a self-help tool for your own use. Please don't get weird with me, YouTube. Check this out. So here is Monsters Inc., right? To show you how your energy is harvested, and they had to do it through the lens of Hollywood and whatnot, and Disney or Pixar. But yeah, it's on point.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Whew, she's nuts.
Always.
All scare floors are now active. Assistants, please report to your station.
Fair use. Fair use. This is fair use. Fair use.
Okay, people, Eastern Seaboard coming online. We got scarers coming out.
Fair use. Fair use. I gotta do that, you know what I'm saying, every now and then so they don't play any games with the content. But you know, this is I'm on a tightrope fucking with YouTube. Ooh, they're so awesome. So as you can see, right, with these quote unquote monsters, right, they are playing the role. Okay, they're playing a role, right? They're not as scary as they appear, but they're playing a role because they understand that they're harvesting energy through fear. Okay, they're harvesting energy through fear. So even with the Donald Trumps and these Republicans, before the camera comes on, they silly as fuck. They laughing around. They might even be joking with Democrats, right? They might even be joking with the Democrats. But the minute that the camera come on, they're in opposition. The same thing happened in Harlem during the debate era. You know what I mean? We be laughing it up, kicking it, chopping it up. And the minute the camera come on, yo, mother effer, get out of here, cross the line, you know what I mean? It was war. And for the unsuspecting public, they had no idea that a lot of things, not everything, but they didn't know that a lot of things were manufactured and whatnot.
Hey, may the best monster win.
I plan to.
We are on in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
You're the boss, you're the boss, you're the big hairy boss.
You see the fear, you see the adrenochrome, you see how they fill up the fear. It's something that they're able to feed off of. It's a battery.
Oh, I'm feeling good today, Mikey. Yeah.
Whoa! Attaboy, another dog coming right
up. You're still behind, Randall. You know, maybe I should realign the screen intake valve.
Just get me another door!
Ah, the door, yes, door!
That's America in a nutshell. That is America in a nutshell. This is what they do when the newscasters, when the evening news comes on. This is what they do during prime time when they're showing you all of these horrific types of shows and things of that nature. This is what they do when the radio waves are activated and they're putting out all of that filth, right? This is America in a nutshell. A place where they feed off of your fears, insecurities, amongst many other things.
Well, Jerry, what's the damage so far?
We may actually make our quota today, sir.
First time in a month.
Let me see. Oh, here's one more.
This is Joy, coming to you live in Riley's mind. Make some noise! Sadness is in the house! It's anger!
Let me at him!
Oh, shit. God damn it. They done sent me. Man. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Peace. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Well, as you can see, you know, they was like, knock it off. You're not that lit. You know what I'm saying? We're not feeling you like that. So it is what it is. We'll just have to take that out of the final quote unquote productions or the final slides and whatnot. But let's continue. God damn it. They can't stop a good thing. All right. So this is Kamala's team. And there's some dirt coming out on Kamala's team, right? There's some dirt coming out. I have the article, but I'm holding on to it because I don't want to jump through, you know, I want more information before I put it out there. But it has something to do with her team. And as you can see, this is a bunch of millennials, some teenagers, these are like, computer kids and whatnot. This is Generation Z and whatnot. So what they were doing is they were utilizing Reddit and the subreddits and whatnot to basically manipulate her on social media and whatnot. They were doing a bunch of bullshit that these little hackers and whatnot use. So they're kind of being scrutinized, and a lot of backlash, a lot of blowback, intense blowback on her little crew and whatnot of, these quote unquote, the people who are Kamala HQ, the headquarters of the Kamala campaign. So, I'll just keep my ears to the ground and whatnot, and we'll deal with that situation as it becomes more evident. So on the flip side of that, you have this tweet right here from Linda Catalina, right? Blacks are just mad that Latinos don't want to live in a low vibrational state of fear like they live in. They want all minorities to be stuck in the past like them, hate white people, and follow their lead, or else they turn on you. Fuck that. That's why I've never been an ally. Now, that could be looked at on multiple angles and whatnot. Like I said before, I want my racism unveiled. That's just me. You feel me? Like shit like that don't really bother me. It's like, you know what? Let me see how many retweets it is. How many of y'all feel like that? Okay, raise your hand. Let me take a count. Okay, that's cool. Now we know what we're dealing with, because deception is a lot worse than somebody just basically bringing it to your front door. I don't like being deceived. You feel me? I'm not into the parts. I don't play the deception game that good. I let people know how I feel right off the rip. Like, I'm not going to be fake with you. If I'm not feeling you, I'm just not feeling you. I'm going to be repelled by you. I can't even bring you close to me if I'm not feeling you. My energy will repel you. So once again, for the people who've been harboring feelings against us, and for the people who really want to be Jake Paul and them, let them be who they want to be, because they wanted to be you last week. These people don't really have an identity. They're the real cosplay. They're the real code switchers. They are the real code switchers. You feel me? Everybody is code switching. Donald Trump is code switching. You niggas are code switching. The Latinos playing the middle, and the Asians is code switching. Donald Trump, depending on who he's around, that's who he becomes. Because when Donald Trump is with Kodak Black and Lil Wayne and Chef G and the drill rappers, it's fucking Donald Trump, my nigga. He will code switch depending on what crowd he's in. But let more white people come into the room and they outnumber your drill rapping ignorant ass. He's gonna code switch and get on their frequency and make your ass feel uncomfortable. That's how he moves. That's how he's moving. He was in Madison Square Garden. Them niggas was like, let's turn this shit into a Nazi rally. And he understood his base. He looked into the audience and he code switched. That's the same shit that Kamala was doing. Everywhere that she went, depending on whatever the she was, her nose was telling her what code to switch, and she was smelling shit. She just was sniffing shit out. There's tacos. I'm smelling burritos. Hey, partner, let me start talking like a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Like, she smells some fucking Chinese food cooking. She turns into an Asian and whatnot. She smelled the collard greens coming out of the tub. She's like, we sure gonna do this, man. Everybody's code switching. If you work in corporate America, you know what it looks like, you know what it sounds like, and you know what the fuck it is. And to me, that's inauthentic. That's inauthentic, right? And it's about being authentic. Be who you are, regardless of who is in the room. Be who you are, regardless of who you're in front of. I told somebody this before. I said, don't it burn you up that your boss, the white man that works for you, can't even be you in front of your boss. But when I met your boss, I was authentically red pill. I didn't hide my jewelry. I didn't start talking in some type of weird tone and whatnot. Your boss was asking you, who is that nigga? I didn't introduce myself to no CEO. This is a billionaire. I didn't introduce your boss tapped you on the shoulder and was like, who is that nigga? He's commanding the room. And I didn't have to code switch and turn into, I had to be myself. They appreciated me for being me. Not for trying to make them feel comfortable, not for trying to make them feel like they're smarter than me. No, I was standing on me. You know, I could switch it up. You know, I could turn into Filbert. You know what I'm saying? I could pour a little bit of mayonnaise on it. But I chose not to. You know, practice authenticity. It will get you far. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Unless you just super duper ignorant and you're just a fucking disgrace to humanity, then you might want to fix that. But if you could look at yourself in the mirror and you're cool with the person that you are and who you've become, will be that person at all times. Don't tuck your tail. Don't dim your light. Don't apologize for being who you are. Hell to the nah. Nobody they don't deserve that. They're not greater than you. You know what I'm talking about? They're not greater than you. So don't even be affected by any of this veiled racist man, please, nigga, please. That's cap. All of this shit right here is cap. These people are gonna show their ass and whatnot because they're tired of being stuck in the middle. They don't have an identity. They don't know who the fuck they are. Okay? That's all that is. So poly market, and we were talking about poly market from the gate, right? For all of my people in this conscious community that claim that they are doing the tarot cards and they could see in the future. Well, how much did you make off a poly market? Because we're cutting a lot of that shit completely by the bud. We not going moving forward. I'm not going for none of that shit. Some other people could go for it. I ain't going for it. I am not going for it. You will not get on this platform and just get up here and talk about any fucking thing that you want to talk about. Your ass better have receipts. You better back up every fucking thing that you saying. And if you make predictions and them shits don't come true, you got to sit down for 6 months. Facts. Because let me or Blue Pill get out here and say some shit that don't come true. Y'all are not going to let us forget that. Y'all going to be on our tail. Bro, what about that shit that you said, though? Son. Hold on, son. They'll play the video back. Son, what happened there? Y'all will not let us live that one out. But y'all are literally letting motherfuckers come. They missing out. They calling the Super Bowl wrong. The NBA finals, they getting that fucked up. There's only 2 teams, mind you. It's not like 4 fucking, it's not multiple choice. It's either 1 or 2, left or right, my nigga. Frank or hot dog. I mean, fucking hamburger or Frank. Which one is it? And people keep picking Franks, glizzies. And it was hamburgers the whole time. And y'all still letting these people talk to y'all? That's not consciousness. That I don't know what that is. I promise you, from where I come from, you couldn't fuck up one time. You were finished. They was like, nah, I'm smashed the teacher, whatever. You got to sit down. They was not going for that. In the DVD, VHS era, you could not get in front of the people and say some shit with all of your chest and it didn't come true. You could not pick the winner and that motherfucker did not win. I don't know what this shit has turned into, but somebody got to clean it up. But you don't got to worry about nobody getting on Know the Ledge and expouting some crazy fucking theories or some dumbass shit that's not research. No. So here's Polymarket forecast on October the 25th. This is what Polymarket was forecasting on October 25th, damn near a week before the election. And those are the actual results of what the election turned out to be. You see all of that red? You see all of that red? They called it on Polymarket all the way back then. So somebody got stupid rich in the last few days. Somebody got dumb rich. Somebody got dumb rich in the last few days during this election. I don't know. I don't know if it's our people, because I didn't see nobody really like celebrating and gloating. I'm suspecting that it's a bunch of white people. You feel me? All 50 states shifted red in 2024. What the fuck is that about? All 50 states. Republicans have won a larger share of votes in every state in 2024 compared with 2020, with 95% of the votes counted, right? So going back to authenticity, right? And this is no slight on anybody in particular, right? But the Republicans are authentic. They're more authentic in their hate. They're more authentic in their quote unquote conservative values. They're more authentic in what the fuck they're talking about. Make America great again. I don't give a fuck if it makes you nervous. They're more authentic about that. And y'all was chasing a bitch that was not authentic. You put your energy behind a fake ass person who was ambiguous. There wasn't no authenticity to her. Let's be fucking clear, okay? Y'all bent the spoon and made her authentic to you. You made her fit into your reality, to whereas she fit the pieces that made you comfortable, but she was not authentic. And the Democrats, the motherfuckers from Hollywood that got up there, them fake ass rappers, they were not authentic. Cardi B reading for her phone was not authentic. Meg Thee Stallion twerking was not authentic. Okay? She twerks harder than that. She got up there and did half a twerk. She's known for her knees, and she twerks harder than what she did up there. She was not authentic in her twerking. Okay? Sexy Red, she said she was going to vote for Trump. She talked about, oh, I'm voting for Kamala, bitch, you're not authentic. Okay? Beyonce got up there with Kelly with the zoot suit. They were not authentic. Where's your cowboy hat, Cowboy Carter? You're supposed to come in on a horse. You're a fucking country singer, but the girl got on a zoot suit. You're not authentic. You're not authentic. Okay? Glorilla. Hey, Glorilla. It's 7. Yeah, it's 95. Hey, let her cook. I fucks with you, Glow. I fucks with you, Glow, but not at the Democratic National fucking Convention and not at a rally, Glow. Okay? You're for titty bars and goddamn Super Bowl tailgate parties. The fuck are you doing with Kamala? No, that's not authentic. You said music. You know what I mean? Why are you standing next to the fucking vice president? You say music. No, that's not authentic. We know you got paid. Okay? Bundles. You're not even in cash. You told her give it the long bundles and an ass shot. That is not authentic. So the Democrats or the Democrats running on abortion, that nigga, that's not authentic. None of that. So these people, even if the Republicans are lying through their fucking missing side teeth, even if they're lying through their fucking their meth clinics, it doesn't matter. They're saying, yo, we want to bring family back. We want to bring American values back. We want the American family, the nuclear family back. We want jobs back. It could be a fucking lie. It could be a crock of shit. However, it comes across as more authentic than somebody saying, fuck these kids. I want to kill that shit before it's born. I want to flush these babies. Even if they telling the truth, but it's not authentic. You don't know how crazy you sound. You're not even talking. You're not even thinking for yourself. That's Margaret Sanger in them. That's not an original thought. That's a eugenics thought. Okay? That's not what our people used to teach. Martin Luther King and them niggas, they were not marching so you could fucking abort your child. That's not authentic. It's not American. Okay? So the rest of the world was revolting against inauthentic as liberal run America. Is fake. And the thing that they say about Trump, he keeps his racism up front. He's authentic with that shit. He's a fucking villain, okay? And he's authentic in his villainy. He's not hiding it. He's not masking it. He's not faking it. He's a fucking villain. He's a Hollywood villain. He's giving you the Joker. He's giving you Bane. He's giving you all. He's American Psycho. But he's authentic with it. He never apologized. He never bowed down. He never folded. He never let you niggas see him sweat. I don't give a fuck what they threw at him. He was able to bounce that shit off of him and be like, yeah, you know, they're fucking going crazy. You know, he didn't curse. I mean, he's a crazy motherfucker. He said some wild shit. You know what I mean? I'm not a pro-Trumper. I'm just showing you the differences in how people reacted to the authenticity of his fucking rally. He gave a war cry out. He gave a war cry out, and all of these people who this is his standing army, they all responded. You niggas is in trouble. You niggas is in trouble. And I don't mean to, I'm not spreading no fear and whatnot. You niggas are in trouble if you don't switch up. You don't think that you got to change. You don't think that you got to conform to be something better. You don't think you niggas is that they, you know, and I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm talking about the sore losers of the Democrats out there. They think that they could just lose and everything is going to be all right. I'm going to give you a prediction of what's about to happen. You're about to see more black women with white men than ever before. You're about to see more black women with more white men than ever before because they don't know how to handle this shit. So they're going to do the best thing that they know how to do, and that's to submit. Because who wins the spoils of the war? What's the spoils of a war? This is a war. This is a culture war. This is a war. Make no mistake about it that this is a war. They're going to run to this white man. Yo, you watch and see it. It's going to be the same thoughts that was running behind Kamala. I know where they're going. I know where they're going. I promise you. Wait. It's not even going to take long. How many of y'all know Isaac Hayes III? How many of y'all know Isaac Hayes III? He's with 19 Keys, called a Biden sexual type shit. You know? I'm not talking about when I say the people that are running to the Republic. I wouldn't think that it would be people in this community. We've been sitting back watching our people or black people do crazy shit for Lord knows how it's a shit show. We just sit back, we observe the actions of our people who look like us but are not like us. But if you've been in this shit long enough, this a knee-jerk reaction. You know how your people move. You just know. They're not going to apologize to black men and get right. They're not going to apologize to black men and get the family going and whatnot. Hell fucking no. They're going to go run behind who they perceive to be the man in power. Because they took a humiliating loss and they don't know how to deal with that loss. So that loss is going to have them even spiral more out of control. It's not going to discipline them. It's not, because if it was going to discipline them, they wouldn't be carrying on the way that they're carrying on. Bro, if I read you some of the DMs in my fucking Instagram that some of these goddamn women sent me, bro, and I'm not going to be belligerent and stoop to their levels and whatnot, but a lot of people jumped out there and cut their nose off to spite their face. So many people exposed themselves, bro. So many people exposed themselves. They fucking crashed out in ways that is sad, bro. It's sad. So there's a lot of thought pieces coming out that's explaining how the manosphere, right, was responsible for the Trump victory. Okay, they already gave the MVP. There's a lot of people that may be responsible, but the MVP to the Trump victory is the manosphere. That's Andrew Tate. These are bigots. These are true misogynistic people. Okay. Andrew Tate, Jake Paul, right? Aiden Ross. Okay. They have a bromance with Donald Trump. That's his White Walkers. In 2016, his base was white trash, trailer park Europeans, right? Down and out, white men that were dying from deaths of despair. They were drinking themselves to death. They were overdosing. They were on meth and all of these things. That is not who the fuck is behind him in 2024. That is not the same base that he has anymore. Those people got pushed to the side and the motherfucking bromance niggas took over. The manosphere took over. And they're not as downtrodden as the trailer park white folks. And some of them even grew up because they had people like Joe Rogan and other people in their quote unquote and in their ecosystem uplifting them, helping them out, giving them game and whatnot. You feel me? Helping to polish them up a little bit. You feel me? What the fuck you think them podcasts is for? Them podcasts is about men being men, like Andrew Tate and other people. They're about uplifting these people who have low self-esteem and bringing them into the manosphere, helping them to be masculine men, right? Even though that may be in contest or in conflict with the liberals are teaching the idea of what a man or a woman is. The left is giving you a completely different paradigm or a completely different blueprint of what they identify man and women as what the right is. So that is what created the culture war. And this culture war has been going on for a very long time in society. For about a decade right now, it's been really kicking off and whatnot. On our side, the black people, we have a gender war. Black men versus black women. Kevin Samuels versus the man-hating group of feminazis and whatnot. That's what we had on our side. But on the white boy side, they were dealing with their women leaving them, not wanting to procreate with them and not wanting to be with them. They were running after black men and other people, mostly black men and whatnot. They were losing their women to us. And then they became what was known as incels, and they started, oh, the white women don't want to love us no more. They don't want to procreate with us with no more. And they were committing suicide. They were killing themselves and whatnot. And they were revolting against things like that. So it took the manosphere and these podcasters and other people to come along and to pull these niggas up by the bootstrap. And then in the horizon, out of nowhere, they got themselves a leader, and his name is Donald J. Trump. Okay? And his name is Donald J. Trump. And that is now their quote unquote Darth Vader. That's their Darth Vader. That's their man. That's their guy. And if this nigga right here, Jake Paul, knocks out Mike Tyson, it's even going to turn up another notch. You're going to see white boys beating on their chest. You're going to see white boys acting tough. You're going to see white boys trying to trigger you. You're going to see all of that. Remember when Conor McGregor was fighting Floyd Mayweather? Remember the tension that was built up around that fight? Remember how that felt? When niggas was like, yo, if he knocks out Floyd Mayweather, these white boys, we might just have to be boxing in the streets every other day with these boys, because they gonna take this shit and run with it. Yeah, Elon is Dark MAGA. So they got Elon, Peter Thiel, JD Vance, Donald Trump, Jake Paul. Man, you niggas better be careful. You better be careful. These they building up there, and meanwhile, the music industry is falling. Everybody from the 90s is on the Puff Daddy videotapes. So everybody who was necessarily iconic and you know, on the black side, they're finished. They're washed up. They're done. They lost all of their credibility. Even the white boys is joking on them, cracking jokes on them, throwing them under the bus, calling them crackheads and all kind of stupid shit and whatnot. The only nigga you got is Kai Cenat. You know what I'm talking about? Because the older generation is finished. They've lost all of their credibility. Yes, the white savior complex is very heavy these days. And he's you'll see at the inauguration. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. And they definitely have black people who are going to side with them, and they're going to protect them, and they're going to be the front lines for them. It's a quagmire. You know, it's a quagmire taking place. You know, it's a quagmire taking place. You said Jake can't fade Mike Tyson. I hope not. I hope not. Because, yes, you know, I hope not. Mike Tyson got a lot of shit on his shoulders at this point. This is symbolic. I don't even want to see him getting snuffed up by the boy. This is symbolic. I need a 1-round knockout. He needs to come out on his pit bull shit. Take that boy the fuck out from the gate type shit. Bring back the old Mike Tyson. So we are in a very interesting times. We are in some very interesting times financially. The same black men that were being shitted on, the same black men, and to be honest with you, the people that hold the crypto on that I know that are melanated, a lot of them are fucking with Trump. They were the ones who voted for Trump. They were the ones who was getting shitted on by the culture. Because the regular culture, the lean sipping, pill popping, you know, LBGT, we talking about black culture. The black men who were like Democrats, they're not Bitcoin holders. They're not on the crypto wave like that. They're not financially, they're not preparing themselves for a financial future. They're still old paradigm. A lot of the people that are new paradigm tend to be apolitical or Black Republican. They fuck with Trump because Trump is pro crypto, right? The reason why crypto was in the toilets during the Biden administration is because none of them niggas is pro crypto. Janet, whatever her name was, the lady who was, there's a bunch of them that was shitting on cryptocurrency and tying it down and whatnot. So they gotta go. And you're about to see a lot of wallets come back to life, and a lot of Black men are about to be on and play. And I'm talking about billionaire, millionaire status, regular niggas, video game streaming, and it's a lot of drug dealers with Bitcoins because that was the preferred modem of payment when they were doing the dark web and all of that shit. It's a bunch of people sitting in jail. They got mad Bitcoins in their wallets and whatnot. Bitcoin is not regulated to morality. It's not tied into morality. It's not tied into, you could have Bitcoin and you could have digital wealth and be a piece of shit. It has nothing to do with your criminal background. It has nothing to do with your education. It has nothing to do with your heart. Like I said, the majority of criminals that I know, they always using Bitcoin because that was the modem of transaction, fucking with the dark web and the swipers and all of that Silk Road type activities that was going on for a very long time. They were the first people in Black community that was onboarded to cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? So they sitting on Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of these motherfucking instruments. And they're about to, the shit is waking up like those bugs, the circadians or whatnot. It's waking up. It's about to explode. It's at 80 fucking thousand. I remember doing shows with Chicago, and the shit was at 16,000, and this was like 2022, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I got money in Cash App just sitting there, and the shit is tripling, and I'm not, and I ain't. It's doing somersaults and backflips, and I'm just literally sitting it in the wallet just to sit there. I ain't even doing nothing, and it's going crazy. It's literally doing backflips. So we in some very interesting times. Like I said, I was explaining how people represent currencies and currents, and Donald Trump is a current. As you can see, I don't have to, you know what I mean? I really don't have to say much. It's saying it for itself. He's a current. Fucking Wall Street is above 40. The shit went crazy on Wall Street. The Bitcoin, everything is waking up. Everything is going on, is coming online. Everything is blowing. Everything is, you know what I mean? Gold is going crazy. Silver is going crazy. The altcoins, the meme coins, soon the metaverse is going to wake up. It's very interesting. The times that we are in right now and where we're heading and whatnot. Like I said, if you find yourself in the audience and you want to learn more about the crypto and you want to hear from an expert, right? We got you. We got you. We got Chicago Crypto Block Bully. He was on the show earlier today, and he's ready. He's strapped in. He was teaching when we was going through a crypto winter. He never stopped. He never slowed down. He never abandoned his people and whatnot, like some of these other niggas did. He kept it moving and whatnot. The best time to teach and to accumulate is during the bear market. It's just painful. It's just painful because nobody wants to really, there's no hype around it. There's no charge. There's no energy. There's no currency around it. But you got to know how to stack them coins. You feel me? It's really a mental thing. But a lot of people's lives is about to change, and we about to be up. You know, we about to be up. So we're going to be teaching more classes on all of this. The QR code to the left with the coffee, that's buy me a coffee. You could scan your phone. And the QR code to the right is a lecture that we got with Blue Pill on November the 22nd. We actually put some perks on the ticket for the lecture that's coming up. We actually have a shirt, merch that's attached to that lecture that's fire. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have opportunities to get that. If you scan the QR code, it will take you to the site and you'll see everything that I'm talking about. If you appreciated this conversation and what we brought to you, you could buy us a coffee, and we'll also include this presentation, the PDF and the MP4 in your coffee and whatnot. It doesn't matter how many coffees you buy, you'll still be rewarded with the PDF/MP4. So you could go ahead and do your due diligence and study that and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into what we call, this is what I wanted to get into on Brother Richard's show, but I didn't have my slideshow. It wasn't able to load up, right? So I want to talk to y'all about the basics of jumping timelines, right? This is basically part 3 of what we started with Brother Rich and Black Dot on Friday and whatnot. We're up to part 3 of this conversation about the timeline shift, because we're in a new timeline. And I gave an example on a show with Black Magic on how I had a nightmare, right? I had a nightmare and I was in a timeline that I did not want to be in, because there was nightmare, that there was some situations that took place that I didn't want to be a part of that. So I literally switched and I jumped the timelines and I woke my ass up. And I was out of that timeline where the nightmare took place, and I jumped back into the timeline where everything was okay. Okay. And some of us do that every other night. So you're familiar with that. Okay. Jumping into them timelines. So jumping timelines is the idea rooted in metaphysics and manifestation practices, suggesting that one can shift from their current life circumstances to a more desired reality by switching to a new timeline. Here's an overview of common methods people use to try and create this shift. Okay. We have to shift into a better reality. If the one that's serving you is not working for you, then we have to practice on shifting. Okay. Because I told a lot of people, yo, you want Kamala to win? I'm gonna teach you how to shift the timelines. I'm gonna send you over there to the Kamala timeline. You be all right. Okay, so the number one thing is you have to identify and set clear intentions. You have to identify and set clear intentions. First, get very clear on the reality that you want to shift into. Imagine it as vividly as possible. Think about what it looks like, how you feel in it, and the specific differences compared to your current life. Okay, you said, where's the scary music at? Yeah. Number 2, change your self-concept. Your sense of self is deeply tied to the reality that you experience. Embrace the mindset, habits, and beliefs of someone who already lives in your desired reality. For example, if you want financial abundance, embody the confidence and attitudes of a person who is financially successful. And because we have social media now, it's easier for you to mentally tie yourself to somebody who you can see as successful, right? Because they're on your timeline and you know how they live. You know what they eat because they take pictures of it. You know what they wear and you know how they move and whatnot. So now it's a little bit more easier, right, for you to be able to do that shift. Act as if. Number 3, behavioral shifts. Act as if. Take small actionable steps that align with the version of you in that desired timeline. This could mean changing your routines, adopting new habits, or making decisions that align with the reality you're aiming to create. So they tell you if you want to be on your rich man shit, take your ass to a luxury hotel, go sit down, drink coffee. You got to have that fit on. Don't be up in that bitch with your polyester head to toe Lucky Charms sweatsuit. You're not at the motherfucking gas station, fam. You got to put that shit on. You know what I'm talking about? You got to throw that cashmere turtleneck on. You know what I'm talking about? You got to put that motherfucking wool on. You know what I mean? Them hard bottoms. That's what you got to do. You got to smell the part. You got to smell the part. You should have something with some leather on. You feel me? You got to smell the part. You have to look the part. Get a shape up, fam. Get your shit shaped up. Yeah, no suits from Temu, nigga. Not at the Waldorf Astoria. Okay? Now, you might have somebody who lives at the Waldorf Astoria and they've been watching Little Baby and they was watching the Young Thug fucking trial and they want to be YSL. So, yes, you go and order the polyester from Temu and go to fucking Bankhead or Cleveland Ave and go to the gas station and buy some drugs, nigga. And hang out. You know what I'm talking about? Go look for Little Woody. Go look for Woody, YSL Woody and them and do donuts in the fucking in the track hawk, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It works both ways. It works both ways. Whatever timeline that you want to jump into, first and foremost, you have to change your ways. You have to adopt new habits and make decisions that align with the reality that you're aiming to create. Okay. Remember, all is mental, right? Okay. Quantum jumping visualization. Imagine yourself jumping to a new timeline where your desired life already exists. Some people envision a door or bring a key to cross into meditation, symbolically stepping into their desired timeline. Regular visualization strengthens the subconscious the subconscious mind if that a new reality is possible, right? This is what you do, deep meditations. You might even want to play certain sounds and vibrations and tonalities and tones and whatnot, and you go deep into it and you bring yourself into that mental space where you're literally walking in the world that you belong to. Shift your emotional state. Our emotions are a powerful way to align with different frequencies or realities. Practice gratitude, joy, or excitement as if you already lived in that desired timeline. Feeling is essential because emotions help make the desired reality feel real to your subconscious mind. Okay? Your subconscious mind. Right? Release attachment to your current timeline. Let go of limiting beliefs and attachments to your current circumstances. Allow yourself to believe fully that change is possible and don't dwell on doubts, as this can pull you back into your existing timeline. Who saw Inception? Who saw Inception with the totem that keeps spinning and whatnot? Follow synchronicities. As you practice these shifts, you may notice signs or synchronicities guiding you toward your desired path. Follow them as nudges from the universe or higher consciousness, showing that you're on the right track. Daily meditations and affirmations. Consistent meditation and affirmations can help reinforce the mindset of your desired reality. Repeating affirmations that align with your goals can gradually rewire your beliefs, making it easier to embody your new self. In essence, jumping timelines is about aligning yourself energetically, mentally, and emotionally with a desired reality and actively shifting your thoughts and actions to match it. It's a commitment to seeing and living from that new perspective. Facts. You want to talk about alchemy? You want to talk about magicians? You want to talk about being a fucking warlock? You want to talk about bruja? Do that shit. You wouldn't be crying if Kamala lost, if you knew how to jump realities and whatnot. So the CIA, to show you that this is not some fucking new age type of, mental masturbation, the CIA put out a whole thing about jumping timelines, about shifting into timelines. It's a whole fucking guide. And on your free time and your spare time, you could get into this. I know some people that are locked up, and I spoke to them on the phone, and they was like, nah, niggas is definitely on that gateway shit. They out here trying to jump out of these bars and whatnot. They're leaving their fucking they're leaving their bodies and whatnot. So here's a diagram of the cosmic egg, right? There's a diagram of the cosmic egg, and the way that the CIA is breaking it down, or the way that the government breaks it down in their report and whatnot, they're showing you that this world is not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is, right? So here's a conscious energy grid. Left hemisphere is the consciousness grid, acts like the mind's computer software to reduce input from right hemisphere to verbal symbols and concepts. Right hemisphere, which is the consciousness grid, reduces three-dimensional holographic images to the dimensionals go and no. Yep. So here we have the gateway experience, top secret. There's a book called the Clarity Handbook. Each section of the original CIA document edited for clarity and understanding, pre and post insight into the meaning of the section and the discoveries. Each audio from HemiSync, right? Guide to get the most from the program, review. So once again, this is the book club. I don't have a problem going over this in a book club. I will go and get this book. I will get the audio book as well from Audible, and we'll go through this shit together. I think we should learn HemiSync, right? Here it goes. CIA analysis and assessment of gateway process, how consciousness functions under the influence of brain hemisphere synchronization, right? So the CIA gateway process and the related document known as the Gateway Experience Report dive deeply into concepts of consciousness exploration, dimension shifting, and alternative states of awareness. Originally developed by the Monroe Institute, the Gateway process uses meditation, sound frequencies, and specific techniques to tap into altered states of consciousness with the goal of helping practitioners explore beyond the physical limits of reality. Here's a deeper look of how it's linked to dimensional shifting and timeline jumping. Here's an overview of the CIA Gateway program. In 1983, the CIA commissioned a report analyzing the Monroe Institute's program, which aimed to help individuals reach higher states of consciousness through meditation and binaural beats. The CIA's interest was in understanding these methods as a way to potentially enhance cognitive abilities, increase perception, and potentially explore consciousness beyond time-space limits. Key techniques in the gateway process. The gateway process involves several techniques intended to help individuals achieve altered states of consciousness and potentially shift into different dimensions or timelines. Look, ever since they dropped this article, people been disappearing and people been literally jumping timelines, coming back with information, coming back with proof, coming back with receipts and whatnot, coming back to be like, yo, I was in a world where Ronald Reagan didn't win the election. What's fucking with that? And this is what the world was on. This is what they was doing. This is what it was about. It was a woman president. You know what I mean? I was in a world where Barack Obama didn't win. I was in a world where this and this and that. It just goes to show you the power of presidents, because presidents dictate eras. Presidents dictate eras. There's the Reagan era. There's the Obama era. There's the Clinton era. There's the Bush era. Right? So if the presidents was not that important, then why do they dictate eras when they come into power? It's a whole fucking different era. It's a whole dimension shift. Similar to what you just saw with this election. Because if Homegirl would have won, it would have been a completely new dimension that we were in. It would not be the dimension that we're sitting in right now, because the frequency, the energy, and everything would have been different. The collective consciousness would have been different. Everything would have been different. So let's get back to this. Focus levels. The process is structured around focus levels, each designed to explore different realms of consciousness. For example, focus 10, the mind awake, body asleep state, ideal for visualization and manifestation. That's the theta. The theta state of the brain is when you're in theta state. That's the mind awake, body asleep. That's when I write my best rhymes. Shit be coming to me, hooks, bars, bridges, all kind of shit. It just be flowing like a waterfall. And then when I get up and the body moves and whatnot to get the notepad to write it down, it dissipates like mist. It dissipates like mist. Okay. Focus 12, a heightened awareness where one could connect with higher guidance or intuition, right? That happens in a sleep state, half sleep, half awake state, meditation state, astral realm, astral travel state. Focus 15, known as the no time state, where users can access a sense of timelessness, often associated with shifts in perception or glimpses of alternate realities. When I was on my heroic dose and when I was on the Bufu, the toad medicine, I was in that state right there. I experienced that. You feel me? I experienced that. It was very euphoric. Reaching the edge of time space, which can feel like entering other dimensions or exploring different realities. I went through that state as well. Resident energy balloon, right? It's called reball. The report describes a technique where practitioners imagine a protective sphere of energy around themselves. Okay. This controls their energy field, creating a focused state for exploring alternative dimensions without interference from outside forces. Hemispheric synchronization, what they call hemisync. Through specific exercises, the program seeks to synchronize the brain's hemispheres, enhancing whole brain thinking and allowing access to subconscious and superconscious states. This alignment can make individuals more open to intuitive insights and imaginative leaps, bridging the conscious and subconscious minds and creating pathways to other timelines or realities. The Science and Philosophy of Dimension Shifting in the Gateway Report. The report delves into the science of dimension shifting from a theoretical physics perspective, proposing that our reality is composed of what? Multiple dimensions layered on one another, and our conscious mind could potentially access these with the right techniques. Here are a few core ideas it explores. Holographic universe theory, drawing on the work of the physicist David Bohm. The report discusses the idea of a holographic universe where all of reality is interconnected whole. Each part contains the whole, suggesting that by tuning into certain frequencies or states of mind, we can access different parts of this whole, including alternative realities or timelines, right? That is what Marvel is showing you in all of their movies. Okay, that's what the cartoons were showing us, and that's definitely what Marvel is showing us with the different phases and whatnot. Consciousness and energy, consciousness as energy and vibration. The report asserts that consciousness operates similarly to electromagnetic waves, meaning it can tune in to various frequencies or layers of existence. By raising or altering our vibrational frequency through meditation and focus, we may be able to access different dimensions or realities. Henceforth, why they keep man distracted so much, because they cannot afford the masses to what? To increase their vibrational frequency. That's why the fluoride is in the water. That's why you're wearing the sneakers with the mad thick soles so you don't ground. Okay, that's why they don't mention anything about meditating. I remember watching the movie. I saw the Hulk meditating in Brazil, and I was like, God damn. They don't even show that in the movies like that. They don't even focus on meditation in the movies. To see the Hulk meditating, Nigga, that was like, wow. The theory of nonlinear time. The report speculates that time might not be linear as we perceive it, but rather that all time exists simultaneously. Through altered consciousness, one might access different points in time or experience parallel realities as if they exist alongside our current one. Quantum superposition and reality shifting. Concepts from quantum mechanics, like superposition, where particles exist in multiple states until observed, suggests that multiple realities or timelines could exist concurrently. The idea is that our consciousness can act as the what? Observer, collapsing potential timelines into one experienced reality. That's the Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, the multiverse with the Spider-Man. That's Doctor Strange. That's Kang the Conqueror. That's fucking Loki. That's the Avengers Endgame movie with Thanos. Like they're showing you this all up and down the movies. Techniques inspired by the gateway process for timeline jumping. Practitioners interested in shifting dimensions or jumping timelines have adapted ideas from the gateway process. And before I continue, I just want to say it like this for my creators out there, right? This is why we're opening up the Discord, because we're going to take information from books like this, and this is what we're going to create our imaginative universes. This is what we're going to create our characters and our stories out of, stuff like this. We're going to intertwine this information into our art. That's how you teach the children. That's how you reach the children. That's how you could prepare a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4-year-old to basically jump and to basically tap into powers that are dormant, right? Yeah, the TWA, the time variance authority. Okay. So this shit is real, but we want to put this in our art. We want to put this in our sciences and whatnot. We want to put this in our folklore so we could get this information to the right people. Visualization practice. Imagine a version of yourself already living in the desired timeline in detail. This is what Midjourney is good for. Remember when they had the first AI thing called Lenza, where you could upload like 10 pictures and then it was giving you different pictures of you, and you was like, damn, I'm lit. I look crazy in Rome. I'm lit as a Roman. I'm an astronaut. I'm lit as an alien. You know what I mean? That's the visualization experience. They were showing you different images of yourself in different timelines type shit. They were showing you what you look like, and it was invoking certain feelings in people to where it's like, I want to be in that world. How do I get there? I'm lit, nigga. Look, I got gold on. I'm turned up. You know, you wanted to be that. So that AI, the AI that they have now, is actually more of an assistant to help you with these processes than a deterrent. You feel me? It's going to help you more than it's going to hurt you, if that's what you want, because everybody is not on this type of shit. Imagine a version of yourself already living in the desired timeline in detail. This involves not only seeing the new reality, but feeling as if you're already there. Combining this with binaural beats or hemisync sounds can deepen the visualization experience. I'm talking about surround sound binaural, like or coming off the ceiling, surround sound binaural, the same way that you turn up the Afro beats and whatnot in the crib. Yeah, turn up the binaural beats. Let that shit be very let it permeate. Let it permeate. The 2-cup method. Another practice inspired by the gateway principles is the 2-cup method, where you write down your current reality on 1 cup of water and your desired reality on another. As you pour water from the current cup into the desired cup and drink, you visualize your consciousness moving into the desired reality. Number 3, exploring focus levels. You can try meditation techniques aimed at reaching focus 15 or focus 21 states, where time and space feel fluid. By entering these states, you may feel as though you're stepping outside of your regular reality, making it easier to conceptualize and jump into another. Theta and delta brainwave meditation. The gateway process often works within the theta and delta brainwave states associated with deep relaxation and sleep. Practicing deep meditation with these frequencies can help access subconscious levels, making it easier to shift perspective and feel as though you're in an alternative lifestyle timeline. The gateway process suggests that shifting dimensions or jumping timelines is about reaching a state of consciousness that transcends ordinary physical limitations. While the science is still speculative, the CIA reports represent a rare official exploration of consciousness where altered states might just hold the key to experiencing new realities. Okay. And that's the end of this presentation. And like I said before, this presentation will be available to anybody who wants it, as long as they send a donation to buy me a coffee. Well, you really, you know, you'll be there. So yeah, man. Has anybody tried any of these? Yeah, there's people that's trying that. They have retreats. They have retreats where they're doing the gateway experience. They have whole retreats. They're going into the jungle and other places where they're really going in with this shit. You know what I'm talking about? They're really going in with it. So it is what it is. Yeah, so that's it, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna watch The Man in the High Castle. I've been hearing about it, and I would definitely check that out. That's the alternate reality where the Nazis won. Is that the one? Is that a handmaid's maiden or something? A hand tell it. I've been hearing about it. But yeah, thank you all for your time tonight. Thank you all for your energy. Thank you all for your support. Once again, a word from our sponsors before we get up out of here. Okay. This is the shirt that you'll be receiving with a purchase of a ticket for the Solar Cycle 25. All right. This is your drip. You know what I mean? This is the drip that comes with it. This is the official merch for this lecture that we're putting out and whatnot. All right. Shout out to my guy Malik. And yeah, this is November the 22nd. This is November the 14th, which is on Thursday. This is free. It's going to be at the Atrium. And we're even going to talk about what we was talking about tonight with the timeline jumping and shit like that. You know, we'll get more into that and how we can utilize AI and things of that nature to take over the fantasy complex industry. And yeah, this right here, there's a sale. We have a sale on all of our items at the mart125.com. We have the collection of the master teachers, and because tomorrow is Veterans Day, we're paying homage to the veterans of the information war, the frontline soldiers, the ones who are unsung, the sung and the unsung ones and whatnot. We're paying homage to them, and we're giving them their credit. And yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. I mean, that sale will be going on until tomorrow and whatnot, until tomorrow. And that's the Mart 125. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then we have Melanin Mondays coming up tomorrow. So we'll be back on Mondays. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. So take full advantage of the sale. Go and get you some drip. I know it's hoodie season. We've been shipping out hoodies and whatnot. The people are definitely pulling up for their hoodies, but they also getting t-shirts. So t-shirts are good all year around. And so are hoodies. You know what I mean? Niggas wearing hoodies in the summer. But shout out to all of the veterans out there. Salute to the veterans. You know, I'm non-biased when it comes to what it is, man. You know, you did what you had to do. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. And we will see you tomorrow on Melanin Mondays. We're going to end this one with the Facts remix, which is also available for when you get a buy me a coffee. When you get a coffee, you're going to get the song in your email. I mean, in your inbox as well. That's just part of the setup. You know what I mean? That's how we say thank you. You know what I mean? So with that being said, love and light to the family. Peace.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Get to know the ledger, sacrilegious, Sunday to Melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes. The Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land, focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.